Well, gang, we've got a fella here tonight that you're always raving about in your letters to Command Performance. A lot of you argue that this boy is an institution in show business, but this being the jolly old Xmas tide, we're willing to settle it peacefully and agree because we sort of like this character ourselves. Fellas, a Command Performance for that inimitable buffoon, that incomparable raconteur, that titillating thespian, Jimmy Durante.
Inimitable buffoon, incomparable raconteur, titillating thespian. I don't know whether to thank him or sue him.
Well, Jimmy Durante.
Well, Bob Hope.
Well, the only...
That's a great line to give Durante.
Yes, sir. The only two guys that ever made a living by the sweat of their noses.
Let's not compare snoots, old boy. Yours is only in basic training, while mine is ready for OCS.
Well, let's not argue, Jimmy. What I want to do right now is to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thanks, and a Merry Christmas to you, Robert, plus a usual low-tide greeting.
Low tide. Just a minute, Jimmy. You mean Yule tide.
Robert, I know where my greetings come from, and it's low tide. I'm sorry I said that, Robert. After all, this is Christmas, the time of the year for giving and receiving.
That's right. This is the time of the year for giving and receiving, Jimmy, but I tried it, and it didn't work.
Why not?
I don't know. I guess what I had to give, Dorothy Lamour didn't want.
I admire her foresight.
Oh.
Not to mention several other things.
Yeah. You've been hearing. I sent Bing Crosby a present, too, a beautiful package containing 12 Frank Sinatra records.
That Frank Sinatra. When he sings, the girls swoon.
So what? When that Crosby sings, the stork swoons. Trouble is, the stork didn't swoon often enough. But, Jimmy, I heard that you dressed up as Santa Claus last Christmas.
That's right, Robert.
I suppose you stuck a pillow in your pants?
Naturally. But would you believe it? Before the evening was over, the pillow split wide open, and all the feathers came out.
I'll bet you were very uncomfortable.
On the contrary, Robert, I was tickled. I got a million of them.
Say, but climbing down all those dark chimneys, Jimmy, that's dangerous. I'll bet you were frightened.
Frightened? Robert, I was putrefied.
Putrefied? Jimmy, they lifted the dim out everywhere else. How come you're still in the dark?
You slipped that one in.
I wish I could pull it out right now. But look, tell me more about your playing Santa Claus.
Well, Robert, I even climbed down the chimney at Betty Grable's house, and there was a stocking, so I filled it up.
You filled it up?
Of course. What would you do?
I'd hang around and wait for her to fill it up.
I got a million of them. He had to say that one and that one. Then I left her house.
You left her house?
I climbed up the chimney.
You climbed up the chimney?
He reminds me of a parrot I once killed. I gets into my sled, but right away I have trouble with my reindeers. I yells, up, thunder, up, blitzen, up, thunder, up, blitzen. But they don't move. I go over to one reindeer and I whisper sweetly in his ear. He don't blink an eyelash. I whisper sweetly in the next reindeer's ear. He don't blink an eyelash. Then I whisper sweetly in the next reindeer's ear, and he don't blink an eyelash. Then understanding comes to me.
What is it, Jimmy?
A reindeer will only blink an eyelash at another reindeer.
Well, without your reindeer, how'd you get there?
Listen, Robert, I'm going to tell you. You know, I just got back to Hollywood today. And really, folks have got a lot to say. While I was there, I met President Will Hayes. And what he told me put me in a daze. Why, for days and days and days and days and days and days for a week. Everybody puts an extra note. I'll give you $50 you show me that note in the music. He's showing me the music. Too bad I can't read. What a racket that leader's got with the stick. I wonder what he'd do with the stick if the band didn't show up. Mr. Hayes says, Jimmy. Mr. Hayes says, Jimmy, you've been invited to entertain at the White House. He said it'll be a gather of the intelligentsia, the hoi polloi, the 400, the 300, the 200, the 100. That's when I walked in. Mr. Hayes says, Jimmy, what you do when you're called upon to entertain? I said, Mr. Hayes, what'll I do? Why, in the midst of festivities, I'll get up, and do my strut away in my cutaway. It's just a hop away, a slide away, and a slam away. And then you get it right down, you go to town with a twist away. When you strut away, this way it's a holiday. You know, all over town, they're doing the Susie Q. Why, they did that dance years ago on the Rue de la Pooh, but not my strut away in my cutaway. Why, it's a dance that's gonna gain great renown. You know, I walked into a drugstore. Now tell me, just what did you accomplish? You know, I walked into a drugstore and I ordered a banana split with whipped cream. When for nothing, a guy hits me on the head with a bottle and said, consider yourself launched. Well, I'm a gentleman. I apologize, but he wasn't satisfied. He demanded an autopsy. So I ups to him. I face with my right. I face with my left. I sees an opening. I'm flat on my back. So what did I do? I did the crawl away, not the strut away. Did you ever have the feeling that you wanted to do the strut away, the hop away, the spam away, and then you skid right down and you go to town doing the strut away, the spam away, the hop away. Hey, hey.
Thank you, Jimmy Durante, and may the Happy New Year be as slap happy as the old one. Thanks, too, to the 370th Army Air Forces Band of the San Bernardino Air Service Command. Gentlemen of the AEF, a word to the Army. We do not here highlight one fighting outfit above another, but at this moment, your Christmas command performance takes you to Washington for a greeting from Army's Chief of Staff, General George C. Marshall.
Christmas this year finds our Army deployed in greatly increased strength throughout the world. An army of battle-tested veterans. Victories, some of them great victories, are constantly being won in the air, on the ground, and over the beaches of the Aleutians, the far Pacific and the Mediterranean. German industries and cities are being pounded to a pulp. The German and Japanese air forces are being bled white with rapidly accumulating losses. However desperate the fighting or difficult the climate, however tragic the losses of fine young American lives, our opponents are suffering far more severely, and suffering with the knowledge constantly before them of impending defeat and destruction. All America is filled with pride in the feats of the Army. The troops at home, inspired by what has been done in the field, are impatient to get into the fighting. Every resource we possess is being employed to hasten the victory. Wherever you are, especially you in lonely, isolated posts, this Christmas message goes to you with my heartfelt thanks, with my prayers for your success and safety, and with complete confidence in your soldierly determination to crash through every barrier and enemy to a triumphant test of our democracy and of our people. God bless you all. May your Christmas be a cheerful one.